everybody, this is Coach Van in Fayetteville, North Carolina with today's ToolsTeam 2.0 Q&A webinar for July 14th. If you can see your screen, we're going to be giving away cruises here tonight. We already got a winner. We just started, and Jana Mack is the first of at least 3 cruise winners just for being on this particular webinar. Now, if you're listening in by phone, the team update site, again, this is for the team. Everybody in the company is welcome to use it, but it is not a company site, and that is ToolsTeam.net. I added some more graphics there today. Here's some banners, some buttons. You can use them in your own promotions. They're all hosted on Facebook. Facebook almost never goes down, so you don't have to worry about those graphics shutting down on you. They have the webinar registration, sample messages to send out to people, both warm market, cold market, other kind of tips. There's a letter from the president. There's some Q&A on there. Many of you have said, if anything, the problem with the page is there's too much information. Just pick and choose what you want. Use it and build your team on your way to success here, because when these tools start kicking in, things are really going to start picking up for growth, and we're already growing by over 1,000 people a day. So, and we will be answering questions here, but I'm going to hit some of the highlights. These tools, I've been asked to try to formulate some numbers here as far as what they might be worth. So I did some check-in, and I talked with the owner here. At one point, the initial version of the Facebook marketing application, there were individuals subscribing to the service before it was pulled to go to companies who then kind of messed over Jarhead, but that was being sold for $40 a month, $39.95. Just that, and it has a lot more to it now. And it didn't have any kind of mailer tied to it. Now it has a mailer program. This particular mailer, if you compared it to some of the other mailers that are out there, all of which cost more than $25, most of them are $25 to $40. WT Powers, AWeber, Get Response, Pure Leverage, Pro Autoresponder, Pro Mail. Most of those programs are anywhere between $25 to $50 a month and more, and they don't have the deliverability rate as this system does. That's included for $20, but that could easily be another $35 to $40. So now it's up to $80. The webcasting system has unlimited seats. You can do it for small groups, big groups. You can do as many as you want. It has video capabilities for everybody that you're showing it to. It does a lot of the same things that this system that we're using right now, but this system we're using right now has limits. There's no income possibility with this particular system. It is a multi-billion-dollar company. They don't have any problems generating money, but this service costs anywhere from $100 to $500 a month, and you cannot have more than 1,000 people. Our system, you can have as many people as you want. Okay, now that doesn't mean everybody's going to show up because you're using the system. But if you get to the point you have over 1,000 people paying attention to your webcast, you'll be able to host them without having to pay any more. So that right there can be $500, just comparing it to some of the other companies that are getting that much money from the people who are using that service. Now the blogging thing, I'm not the big blogger. Those are some things that I want to learn about, and I talked with the owner, and before this company came on board and he was working on that particular tool, he had a group of people who were going to pay him monthly for this product with no chance of making a commission, and it was the same price as the Facebook app, it's about $39.95, so say $40. So we've got $620 in tools. Now, sure, not everybody's going to use all the tools, and some of you who don't host webinars, you know, the fact that we have a webcast system that can hold all the seats you want might not be that big of a deal to you. But the overall value is there's also training, and training on all of these tools, marketing in general. Well, there'll be some trainers coming in, $1 million earners, getting training from people who've built teams into the many, many thousands of people, whether that is a networking marketing organization or just creating thousands of sales through solo ads or what have you. And a lot of these trainers have a number of people who subscribe to their service, and all they get is one video that's pre-recorded where they can't ask questions, and they charge another $100 or $97 a month for that. And so, and we'll have some coaching coming in from Jeff Combs and Alex Reed and some other people, Lisa Kidder, to help people with different situations, and that doesn't always have to do with the tool specifically, but to just bring more value. So there's another $100 a month easy, and all of this is included for 20 bucks. Now, most of you may not be thinking, saying, well, I don't need all that stuff. Myself personally, the ones I'll be using the most right out of the gate is the mailer and the Facebook marketing app, because that thing's my favorite. I know that thing works. I love that. I can't wait to have that turned back on again. I'll be doing, webcasts, from the company's site, along with some of the other trainers. And then the blog thing, I'll be messing around with that, trying to figure it out and see what kind of traffic it generates. But I'm going to be focusing initially on the mailer and the Facebook application. All right, now all of those other programs that I mentioned don't have a way to get your money back, whether it's paying Citrix $500, paying the autoresponders. Well, I take that back. On the autoresponders, some of them have a 1 or a 2 level affiliate program, so that if you refer all of your people to use those mailers, also you can get it free, maybe make a few bucks. I know GetResponse does that. I believe Aweber does it also. Certainly Pure Leverage does it, because they're an MLM in itself. Okay, but we have the only one that I know of that's a true 100% payout. We're only charging 20 bucks, but we're paying out that $20 also. And the company makes their money because they have the top spot in the matrix. Everybody you refer, you make 100% match on everything they make in the matrix. Whether they make 70 cents, $70, $70,000, $700,000, you match every single person every single month. Even if you only refer one and you're only qualified to get paid through 5 levels, but that one person you refer is qualified to get paid on all 10 levels, and he's making hundreds of thousands of dollars in the matrix, and you're only making, whatever it is, I think $900, okay, that's not a problem, because you still match that person. You might not be qualified for the depth he is or she, but if you sponsored them, you match their matrix money 100%, regardless of how many people you've referred. It pays daily. We're 100% worldwide. Everybody you do refer, it's $5 a month to you, not just the first month. It's not a fast start, unless you want to get a fast start every month on the same person. However you want to call that, that's your call. There's no sponsoring required. You can, if you come in and you sit and your matrix starts to fill up, you can make as much as $238 a month without referring any other people. Hold on a second. I just got a warning that our webinar is maxed out here. So for those who are calling in, you're not going to be able to see any of the information. Just a second here. Okay. All right. So hey, we're maxed. Yay. It's a good thing. Bad thing is there's people who can't get in. But the good thing is it is being recorded and will be posted up on ToolsTeam.net. I guess some people, every time somebody cancels out and somebody pops back in, it tells me we're maxed again. All right. We haven't even been going 2 weeks yet. Tuesday night will be officially 2 weeks of taking pre-enrollment, and we're probably over 12,000. I haven't got with Jarhead today, so I haven't changed that number. I know we're over 11,000. We're growing by over 1,000 people a day. Now, this 300 number that I've circled, this to me is more impressive than the people. I mean, we have like, I think 15 people with over 100 personal referrals. We have one person with over 2,000, another person with like 1,400. Got, you know, 3 or 4 of them with 200 to 600. But the thing that I'm most impressed with, because the superstars and the go-getters, the full-timers, they're always going to bring in big numbers. But it's the masses who usually don't bring in anybody or very few. And they say the national or the average with multi-level marketing or sales in general is people make 2 to 3 sales, referrals, or sponsors in their lifetime. We don't even have the tools working for us yet, and we've already got over 300 people creating spillover. They're doubling the lifetime average in less than 2 weeks. To me, that is amazing. When we start paying people, and yeah, there's every company, I don't care what company it is, whether it's a tools company, juice company, travel, you name it, there's somebody at the top of the pay plan who's doing really well. They're making, you know, 50 grand a month, 6 figures a month. Some of them, there's companies that have been around for a little bit that actually have 7-figure monthly earners. Now, I'm not saying people are going to do that here, but that's to be expected with any kind of company that's experiencing any kind of growth. But what's going to excite me is not how many people we've got making 10 or 20 grand with this $20 tools package the first month. It's going to be the number of people we have making $100 to $200 a month with this $20 tools package. When word starts to get out that people, you know, that never made money before are making a few bucks, and it's only a $20 program, they're going to start to realize, one, people who make money don't quit. People who are spending very little money don't quit. And when you get a tremendous value for the little money being spent, you don't quit. Holy cow, people just keep popping in and out here. Let me see if I can turn these notices off here. Okay. All right, I think I got that fixed here. All right. Before I go to the questions, we're going to give away another cruise here for those of you who are able to get on. And what I'm going to ask is, I'm going to ask some help from some of the people here who've maybe won in the past. I know Doug hasn't won, but one of his referrals won their first month paid for. Doug, if you'll type in, please, a vowel. And if I can get George down in Australia, George, if you'll type in the word either up or down. And James over there in Utah, if you'll give me a number between 1 and 10, please. Okay. All right. He's testing me. I said between 1 and 10. He wrote 10, but he knew what I meant here. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got George, so we're going to go down. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. I'm pretty sure this is a male, but Chris Ledbetter, you are the second winner of a cruise here tonight. So we have Anjana Mack, who just recently came on board with this here, I believe the day before yesterday. And Anjana's got, I think, 9 or 10 personal referrals already. So congratulations to Anjana and Chris. You got a cruise also. And if you would, Chris, can you go ahead and type in who your sponsor is? Oh, okay, Louise, I guess down in Australia. I guess you either sponsored you or you're on her team, so she's already excited that some of her teams winning the cruise there. And we're going to give away another one here a little bit later. And right now, we're going to pay somebody's first month. All right, instead of giving out cash, we did this last night. Let me see here. And I'm going to use I'm going to use the information we got before and just flip-flop it. Hold on. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And Rob Bish, I think you might have already paid. I think you did this before the first of the month. But if you haven't paid yet, your first month is going to be taken care of simply because you showed up on this webinar. All right, let's knock out some of these questions here. This is from Doug. Are there any sites on the internet that we are not allowed to promote this on? Absolutely not. Now, that being said, I'm sure there's some places that they'd rather not show up, you know, but there's no rules against it right now. I'm just saying that because, you know, I don't think we want to be promoting on porn sites and stuff, but there's no rule against it right now. So free game for now. Okay. Doug saying, are we guaranteed to get more people under us if we use these tools? I don't use the word guarantee in the company or for the company, but I know once we go live and we start marketing, I'm going to have my own guarantees of letting people know. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but I'll have something to the effect, you know, like 4 to 6 months. If you use these tools and give it 4 to 6 months and they're not paying for themselves, I'll give them their money back. Why? Well, I know it's not going to be a case of the company's not being here anymore. I know that's not the case. And I know that if they use the tools and they're coming in as early as they're coming in and the kind of growth that we're building, the chance of them coming in and staying around for a couple of months, even if they have a rough start and not making their money back, pretty slim. Is the company going to come out and make a guarantee? Nope. They'll have a refund policy and such that, you know, dealing with the merchant accounts. And they might have some kind of satisfaction guarantee or some 90-day roll or something. That as of right now, they won't make. Of course, we can't make any income projections, whether the tools or not. But I will definitely be making some guarantees, and if people want to copy those, they're more than welcome to, especially on our team. And I think everybody on this webinar's on our team. When you have the kind of leaders that we have up at the top who are bringing in literally thousands of people, those people got no place to go except below the people who are already in. Hello. Okay, Mitch, how large is our team now? Over 15,000? No, I'm pretty sure we're not to that point yet, Mitch. I know we're over 11,000, maybe 12 or 13. I didn't get those numbers from the owner today, but we're definitely over 11. I do anticipate us being, once we go live, I fully believe that we can easily hit 10,000 paid members. Now, I know a lot of the numbers that we're getting, some people are, you know, trying to do it, and they'll test it to see if it works, and so not all of those pre-enrollees are actually real. Some of them, you know, might have been some purchase leads. I know Joseph is using some solo ads, and he's anticipating just a 20% conversion rate. Once we go live, when you see the new leaders board, it'll be paid members. There won't be any more pre-enrollment. They either joined or they didn't join. Okay, Linda, why aren't you using the webcast system now instead of GoToWebinar? So that going to get the momentum built up here, and when we switch it over, when the sites go live, they can see what the difference is and see how much easier it is to use and know that it's included. So if people think, hey, this thing's pretty cool that we're doing to help people, and then when they see it switch over, I think it's going to be that much more impressionable. Okay. Java is asking if it's in Spanish. Not right now. George, was there not a website as well? I'm not sure what you're referring to, George. Everybody has a website there to pre-enroll people. I know you've made one special for your team with that video, and I really like the video, by the way. But ToolsTeam.net is an update page that I made for anybody to use. All of your pre-enrollment forms are on ToolsTeam.com, neither of which will be the actual name of the company. Okay, James wrote here that his last referral was ID 12,899. Those referral ID numbers don't necessarily tell you how many people there are. I've seen some, and I don't know how the numbering system is going, because I have some ID numbers that are over 60,000, and I know we don't have that many people. Okay. All right, Daryl's asking me, where's a good place to buy leads for the mailer program? The mailer within the system, it is built in to handle up to 12,000 leads that come into the system. It's not a mailer that you buy leads to import. It generates leads and then does the follow-ups with a very high deliverability rate. Now, I am testing some mailers with some of the other people who are up on the leaders board that they're using, and we'll take a look at some of those where they mail anywhere from 10 to 30,000 a day. And the servers that we're using are out of Canada, and it's the servers have a monthly cost. The actual mailers themselves is a one-time purchase, and we're trying to work something out to get that down as low as possible. Okay, but as far as buying leads, the only one that I'm comfortable with now that I can tell people that I've had good success with is, and there's no link for it, you can go check it out. It's Opportunity Connection, and they have training and stuff built in, and they have special calls to show you how to do cold calling, how to approach these leads. They have everything from double opt-in leads all the way up to $4 and $5 a piece leads that have been phone verified and everything. But that's Opportunity Connection, and the point of contact there is Bambi Lathrop. Okay, that's not a pitch. There's no MLM or anything. They don't give me a kickback. Bambi might call me and say thanks, but there's no money in that, so I'm not stepping on any fingers here. Okay. All right, this is from Mitch. Will our referral tools links change after the launch? Oh, absolutely. The ToolsTeam.com is temporary. It even says that on the page. This is a temporary pre-enrollment page. It's not going to be on that domain at all. But once the time frame is up, it's not like those sites are going to go dead, and anything that you have out there in cyberspace is going to be wasted. Is once you upgrade, your ToolsTeam thing will forward anybody who goes to your ToolsTeam.com pre-enrollment page and forward them to your new site, so that any advertising you have out there floating around won't hurt you. Sonia asks us where the cruises are to. I think some are Mexico, some are in the Caribbean, some are Hawaii. They're all over the place. Okay. Sonia's saying, where can we pay now? You can't pay now. There was a small group of people who came in even before we had pre-enrollment pages to kind of like beta test the system, and that all ended on July 1st at 10 o'clock at night. So there is no way to pay right now unless you win a first month, and then I got that worked out with Jarhead. I just give them the money, and when their spot goes in, they'll be entered as paid. Okay, DeQuinton, I have 7 referrals. Is my first month pretty much covered? As long as those referrals also upgrade to Quentin, you'll be more than covered. You'll be making $35 a month just off of the $5 a month for each of those referrals. And then you have the matrix money on those 7 referrals. So there's another $4.90 plus whatever they do, plus any spillover you may have got. So yeah, you're off to a real good start. All it takes to be in the profit every month is 4 personals. Okay, all right. Okay, Chris says he's a male and thanks for the cruise. Okay, good deal. All right, Peter. Peter's asking, what payment method will we use? We'll be taking credit cards and debit cards with one of the largest payment processors in the world. And we'll also pay commissions that way, straight to your credit cards or debit cards or the banks of your choice. Okay. All right. Hey, we got our webinar is maxed out here tonight. And I appreciate all of you who are saying, you know, hey, tell Jarhead thank you, or thanks for these webinars, Ben. And I don't want to seem ungrateful for all of your wonderful comments, and I appreciate all of you for being here, whether I sponsored you or you're in my downline or genealogy or not. But it makes it difficult to find the questions between all of the other positive comments. So I feel appreciated, and I appreciate all of your positive thoughts here. If you can keep the comments to the questions, it'll make me answering all the questions a little bit easier for me. So thank you in advance. Okay. All right, we covered that one already. Dallas says, how do we know a person looks at our Facebook? You don't. When that Facebook application kicks in, if they accept the marketing application, they will show up as your opt-ins, even though they don't even realize that they opted in. But if you're just asking how you know if somebody looks at your Facebook page right now, you don't, unless they write something or email you or click a like or a share on your website. But they just look at it right now, you're not going to know. Okay, Jackie. Okay. All right, when people who've won the cruises, I submit the information. Those cruises actually don't come from me. They actually come from the company. So don't look for an email from me about the cruise. That cruise was submitted for you already, Jackie, and whoever else has won it. And that goes for tonight's winners too, is shoot me an email. I'll have the system send you the information for the cruise, but that information does not come from me. Okay, I initiate it and I get the ball rolling, but it comes from another email address. Okay, Doug's, can the top leaders tell us how they are getting a lot of pre-enrollees under them? Okay, I know Joseph, the #1 person with over 2,000, he's spending a lot of money and doing solo ads with a number of different large mailing lists. Omni, who's the #2 with like 14 or 1,500, he's doing that and some search engine optimization, and that's also costing money. I'm #3 on the board. I'm about to spend a whole lot of money on advertising, but I haven't spent hardly anything so far, and I'm doing it mostly with emails. And as some of you already know, when I'm passionate about something and I know I've got something good, I can be a big pest. And with me, it's persistence. I tell you, if you don't join today, I'm going to tell you again tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day until you either tell me to get lost or you join. And then once you join, I'm going to drop hints on how you can refer other people tomorrow and the next day and the next day, and encourage you to maybe be a pest, if you want to say that, because I know and I've said this with a number of different companies that I felt good about, but if you join with me or with anybody and you join for the wrong reason, but we really do have some quality tools coming, and I feel confident about what Jarhead can do running this company, and the kind of companies that are aligning with us because they believe in the concepts and low cost also, is, hey, they might join just to get me to shut up or to quit asking them or something, but they'll stay for the right reasons. And when people start to get paid, there's going to be a number of reasons why this is going to explode. Not that it hasn't exploded already, is when people actually have the tools and they see how good they are, it's not just some $20 pile of garbage that a lot of people, some of you might even say, oh, okay, it's only 20 bucks, I'll throw this around and see what happens. Okay, when they see that those tools are real and that they work, there's going to be some growth. When people have some money in their pocket, it doesn't have to be a lot of money. For some people, it just might be saying, hey, I already made my money back, and I've never made anything before, and I'm making, $25 a month. A lot of full-time networkers say, big deal, I can't, make a living on 25 bucks a month. But what a lot of them will do who know that person is, wait, so-and-so has been with me in 5 different programs and never made a penny, or they were lucky to break even, and now they're making $25, $30 a month with this program that only costs 20 bucks. Maybe I'm missing something here, okay? Or when they do find out that, hey, there's a $20 program that says, well, it's probably there's an upsale. If people are making 10 or 15 or 20 grand the first month, there must have some kind of upsale like Empower Network does or something, and there isn't. It's 20 bucks. 20 bucks next month. It's 20 bucks 3 months from now. And when you come in, there's nothing to say, well, hey, this is $20, but if you want to be, the really, really good stuff, it's, $1,400. None of that's here. Okay, so hopefully that helped you a little bit. But I'd say the biggest thing that is the most cost effective is persistence. Some of the other leaders, Sean over in the UK, he does a lot of stuff on Facebook, and he has a mailing list. James in Utah, if you want to put out what you're doing, because I know you just kind of shot out. You've been in. I think you pre-enrolled like the first day, but you've shot up the leaders board quite a bit here in the last couple of days. If you want to put that out, I'll share it with everybody. Okay. All right. Ida's saying, when is the next conference call? If you're talking about webinars, it's on the toolsteam.net. If you're asking about literally conference calls, I don't know who's doing conference calls. I haven't done anything. I've done them all webinars so far. Okay. DeQuinton says, after the first payment, when should I expect the first check? Well, first off, I know you didn't mean that literally, but because there are no checks, it'll be paid. It pays daily, one week in the rear, and that's up to you. When you have money in your account, you can take it out every day if you want to. You can take it out once a month. So all I know is once they start collecting money, it's going to pay daily, but it's going to pay 1 week in the rear. So if we were going right now and I got paid and I decided I was going to take money out today, it would be for money that I earned on the 7th. So if we go live on the 20th, you can't take money out on the 21st. You could go take money out on the 27th. Okay. No, you do not have to set up merchant account to receive payments. The company is going to collect the money for you and pay you. You do nobody, even though most of your 100% payouts, I understand your question, is when companies generate sales and then your customers pay you directly. And that's not the case here. Everybody's paying the company, and then the company figures out what your commission is, shows you it. Again, 70 cents a person down through 10 levels with 100% match, $1 going into the bonus pool, and $5 going to the sponsor every month. That's $20 in, $20 out. Okay. Peter's asking, I get this question every time, if I can give you a hint about when this is going to launch. It's not a hint. I'll tell you the exact same thing that the owner said when we had him on the webinar. He said this month. So I know that's not specific. It's not specific if you're looking for which day this month. It's very specific if you're looking for which month this year. So yeah, we're close. Believe me, I beat him up on that all the time. Say, hey, come on, give me a day. Well, what are you shooting for? What do you think can happen? Okay, but he won't even tell me. I do know the name of the company, and I'm not telling you that because he's asked me not to. Okay. All right. Mailer, Facebook banners, paid leads, prospecting, etc., etc. Okay, James is saying what he's doing. He's mailing out things. He's posting up on the Facebook, putting up banners, prospecting. Now, James, I don't know if he's putting his kids to work. He's got 12 kids, so maybe they're out posting up flyers all over that southern Utah there. They can cover a lot of ground. I'm always teasing him about his massive kids there. Okay. Or that cheaper by the dozen. That was about his family. Okay. Doug. Laura from Oklahoma cannot get on the webinar from computer. It keeps telling her to download something. Okay. She can call in. I don't know what any suggestions I might have is, I don't know, just upload whatever the system is telling her to upload. Okay. George, imagine having a push button simple website you can customize any way you want, making it personalized. Okay, that's one of the things that George is putting out there, and that's what our system is going to do. And some of the information about the tools are also at the bottom of ToolsTeam.net. Okay. All right, this is, I'm just going to read this because George has put together a really nice video, and he might not be at the top of the board, but he has a lot of people that are very active in his group. So here's a rundown that he wrote out. You get your own website. Imagine having a push-button, simple website you can customize any way you want, making it personalized to you and your business. This was one of the hurdles we couldn't get over in the original ToolsTeam. There was only one site, and whatever pages ToolsTeam.com had on it, that's what everyone had on their replicated site. But the new system will provide you with the standard pages, home page, contact, about, etc. But then you're free to change anything on it you want. You can create your own pages, word things however you want, or even including way cool. Okay, I think he's copying this from the actual message that Jarhead put out. And again, that's on ToolsTeam.net. I believe that was from July 9th. Okay. Scott saying, will we see our placement in the matrix before we go live? No, because you're not actually in the matrix. All right. When you pre-enrolled and it says you've locked in, the example I use is kind of like if we're all waiting to get into a nightclub and we go get a place in line, and we're in line. We're locked into that spot in line. Nobody can cut in front of us or whatever. But now when the doors open, we have to pay our 20 bucks to get in the nightclub. Anybody in line who doesn't have 20 bucks at that time, the people behind him in line who do have $20 will be able to pass up to people who have the entrance fee. Now, that's with the example being, okay, it's time to pay and go do it right now. What it'll actually do is there'll be a 3 or 4 day window. So actually, you're not in the matrix. You locked in your position in line. You're out there, you know, behind the line there waiting for the doors to open, and your spot in line is safe. So even if somebody behind you, if they pay before you when we have that 4 day window, they don't get to cut in front of you unless after the, say, that 4 day window is just an example. If at the end of that 4 day window, and you still haven't paid your 20 bucks, then everybody behind you, they will get put into the matrix ahead of you. And then it'll be as if you never pre-enrolled at all. So, so you're not going to see your position in the matrix before it goes live, mainly because you're not in the matrix before it goes live. Okay, Mitch is asking James, with 12 kids, how do you have time to promote anything? All right, this is from Jay. Is there a payout going to be through iPayout? No, it's when you get paid, it's going to go into your account, and then you choose if you want it to go to a credit card, a debit card, or a bank account, or any combination thereof. For example, let's say, Jay, you've made 500 bucks, and you say, hey, I want my $500. Now you can go in there and say, you know, I got 2 bank accounts. I want $100 going into each of my bank accounts. I want $100 going into my Visa credit card, another $100 going to my MasterCard debit card, and because the system allows it to do it, and I like Van, I'm going to send Van $100. And you can do that all in the system. And your 500 bucks, once you take it, accept it from the company, you can do with it what you want. And you can, like I said, you can have, I believe, 2 different bank accounts and 2 different credit card and debit cards. And you can break up your money anyhow you want. Okay. Jackie says, if we have 12,000 members on our team, how many members are in total company? We are most of the company because we're doing so much more than the other legs. Okay. Oh, Jay says there's no chance he's sending me 100. Okay, I'm going to kick you off the webinar, Jay. I'm just kidding. Okay. Can this company deposit all the $20 into one money market account where they can draw interest off the membership fees to create extra funds? I guess he could, but then that would delay you getting paid. We're paying only 1 week in the rear, so take all the money and then invest it for a week and take it back out to pay people. Don't see that happening. Nice thought, though. Okay, this is from George. Okay, we already quoted that one. Mercea, how about the hosting servers? Did Richard own the servers, or it's a rented one? For blogging and overall ranking, on owned one would bring Alexa ranking number to the top. If you go check Alexa rankings just in the last couple weeks, ToolsTeam.com has moved up quite a bit. But yes, he has his own servers. Just bought another one today. Bought another one. He's not renting it. And he tried explaining some of the technical stuff about moving the traffic, you know, going back and forth. So if there's 1,000 people who all want to go on Mercea's website at the same time, they can rotate the traffic between the servers and stuff so that it doesn't get bogged down or timed out or anything like that. I don't understand all the technical stuff. I just know he's, like I've said, he's the Michael Jordan of programmers. And regardless of what you think about the government and the Pentagon and stuff, as big as security is there and some of the projects he's done for there, it was handling, you know, millions and millions of hits and massive amounts of traffic, and he did all that, piece of cake. I don't even understand him talking about it. Okay. All right. This is Diane. Do you know if we will get a 1099 if we earn, or do we take it out of our own taxes? For those of you in the U.S., this is going to be a U.S. company, and those of you in the U.S. will be asked for a Social Security number only after you make $600. Anybody living outside of the U.S., nothing's going to be reported by the company. Taxes will be your own responsibility. 1099s will go out to anybody in the U.S. who made more than $600. Okay. Doug says, "Can I pay extra to jump in front of the line ahead of me?" You want to buy my spot, Doug? It ain't for sale, or if it was, I'm pretty sure you couldn't afford it. Okay. I don't mean that to sound snotty. That's how much value I put on my spot. Okay, Linda, will you be giving away cruises at tomorrow's webinar? Who knows? Invite everybody and see. Okay, but probably. What happens to those who do not have a debit or credit card? How are they going to pay the entry? I'll have to check on that one. I don't know of too many people that don't have some kind of credit or debit card or some way to pay. I know they have different types of cards like in India, and I know the company that we're using, they're taking payments from other types of cards also. I think they call them employment cards, and they can also pay to those cards too. Okay. All right, here's from Jay. If someone signs up from his link and they don't upgrade at the launch, or what we call make a purchase, but they receive an offer 3 months down the road, will they be credited to me as or the new sponsor? If somebody doesn't pay, the system will have cookies, but somebody, yes, they can go delete their cookies and they can join with somebody else later. The system's made to keep them with you, but people can figure out ways around that. You know, waiting 3 months or 3 weeks, they'll be crazy not to. Yes, somebody can join 6 months from now or a year from now and be the top earner. But somebody who's in now, or they've pre-enrolled, they got their spot in line, and they want to step out of line for 20 bucks, that's just crazy. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and knock out another cruise here as we come up on, okay, let's see here. Mercia, can you give me a number between 1 and 10? Nancy Johnson, who won $20 last night, can you give me the words up or down? And Phil in Nevada, can you give me a vowel, please? Okay. Okay, we're going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Here we go. Let me turn off my magic pen here. Scott Roberts, shoot me an email. You want a cruise, and you can thank Mercia, Phil, and Nancy for the information they provided that put me onto your name. And heck, I think 2 of the 3 winners tonight are people that I sponsored. So yay to my team, yay to everybody. And I think I'm the sponsor of Scott and Angiana, and Chris, I think, Chris we already know is below Louise, and I sponsored Louise. So yay, everybody. Congratulations. And let's go ahead and throw another 20 bucks out there. Just a second here. Okay. We got, whoops, sorry about that. Sorry, I hope I say this name right. Tanya Angier. If you'll shoot me an email, I'm not familiar. Shoot me an email, include your username and your sponsor's username, and we'll get your first month taken care of there. So we got 3 cruise winners: Angiana Mack, Chris Ledbetter, and Scott Roberts. And $20 winners to have their first month's paid for. And most likely, if you get busy, if you're not busy already, you'll never have to pay again. We got Rob Bish and Tanya Angier. And got a lot of people congratulating all of the winners there. And yeah, we'll do some more stuff tomorrow night also. And go, yeah, you're welcome to let people know, to invite them on there. I did say that it says members only, and so it tells them, say, hey, as soon as they get there to register, it says only register if you're a member, and get back with the person. So I know we have some guests because they don't like to listen sometimes, but hey, I'm going to treat everybody on here as if they're already pre-enrolled, because it doesn't cost anything to pre-enroll. You can't spend money even if you want to. So I think I had a couple more questions pop in here. Okay. Doug saying, do I see the program changing down the road, like adding new things or taking away things? I see a lot of programs change after people enroll. I see things being enhanced. He'll be, tweaking the tools, adding more tools to it. If we have different, different ways to improve on the tools that are already there. I know he's already working on another tool. That's just how Jarhead is. He likes to, as he hears more things about from the field, and they say, hey, what about this? Do you think you can do that, or you think you can do that? Like these pre-enrollment pages. These were just kind of like thrown together because when we had the thing going, people are saying, well, hey, we're just kind of testing some things out. And people said, well, hey, I want to tell some people. And those people wanted to tell people, and they started making their own pages, like DJ and Daniel in Norway and some of these other people. So they were helping their team making some pages, but then the company didn't know where they're coming, so he put together a page and he made a video. I said, don't use the video, let's just focus on getting people to pre-enroll and taking it from there. So what they initially was hoping to do is get everything ready and then to just launch. But I kind of kept bugging them, saying, hey, some of you just came out of some programs that recently bit the dust, and I said, let's get them excited about something that's coming. Instead of waiting for it to be ready and then maybe having some people who went out and found something else because their last deal that didn't work out too well, they've already moved on. Plus, by being tools, we got something that everybody needs. Now, whether or not they want them, that time will tell that. So, hey, I want to thank everybody for being on this webinar here, and I had a great time. And again, congratulations to Anjana, Chris, Scott, Rob, and Tanya. And if I butchered your names, I apologize there. And I look forward to seeing you all. Or actually, I look forward to seeing a completely different group of people tomorrow, because you go out and you invited everybody else to be new to join with you, and they're back tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.
Exclusive marketing tools for promoting any online products or services. Only $20 per month. Click on the link below and secure your position today.